Hello, this is Edith. How are you? Well, I had to take actually a 2-day class to get certification again, or recertification, for my Colorado Licensed Professional Counselor certificate. Oh, I think this is the last time I did this. I thought, well, I'll keep my certificate alive or going just in case I have to go back to work. But I'm not sure if I do want to go back to work as a licensed professional counselor. I know it'd be easy to get a job because there's so many, should I say nutcases? I don't know. Maybe a counselor shouldn't be saying that. But there's a lot of problem people out there. I took this workshop on narcissistic abuse and gaslighting. I think it was called abuse, but narcissism and gaslighting. I wanted to know what gaslighting is. It's kind of relatively new expression, a word that people are using for inappropriate or psychological manipulation. They say, oh, it is based on this movie Gaslighting from the 30s. And just recently they're coming up with this stuff. There's always something new, I guess. But we all have known what narcissism is for a long time because it's just basically what happened since the fall and existing for the past 6,000 years. Carnally minded people, they're narcissists, for sure. They think about themselves and they want to protect themselves, which I understand. They're hurt, they're damaged, and I guess they don't know any other way to survive than to maybe harm other people in the process. I don't know. Somebody said, oh, it could have something to do with demons. No, I don't think so. Narcissism is really based on a carnally minded person. Carnally minded, fleshly. What Paul describes as a fleshly, carnally minded person. Now, associates disorder or multi-personality disorder, I would think that it's more related to possibly demon possession. But that's not really what I want to talk about today. Just want to let you know that's why I haven't done any videos lately, because I've been doing this for 2 days. Very exhausting information. People were just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Well, it was, how many hours did I do? Almost 15 hours. Yeah, almost 15 hours of listening to people about the narcissistic personality. But again, it's good to know about this, and it's good to know how people manipulate. It's good for me because I have these manipulators, gaslighters, not all the time, but many times. And to say, hey, you gaslighting is actually not a bad thing, because that's what they do. They're trying to make you look bad. They're trying to get you to question your abilities, put you down. What else? All these negative things. Put you on a guilt trip. It's gaslighting. So anyways, very unhealthy interactional skills. Doesn't help us have good interactions. But today I want to talk about, again, this beast out of the earth, or sometimes it's called the false prophet. I think in Revelation 16 it talks about the false prophet. And of course, when we talk about false prophet, we always, or many people, think about a religious leader. But that's not so. Prophet just means somebody who supports a certain maybe belief system. And what kind of false prophet is it? It's the false prophet of the beast system, a false prophet of really Satan's beast system. He upholds this beast out of the sea that is from Satan. And another person telling me or quoting Romans 13, where it says that we are supposed to be submitting ourselves to all authorities because God put these authorities in place. Well, where does that leave us with the beast system, who was specifically established by Satan? And that's what we're under today, Satan's system. And then where does that leave us with the man of sin? Okay, man of sin, who was also put there by Satan, who is Satan's right-hand man. So if it was put, or if he is the ruler of this world, the prince of this world, yeah, it will tell you, no, it's not God that put him there. Well, he allows him, but he is in charge of our political system. The beast is used by Satan to rule the world, the whole beast. Now, the beast, again, if you were following my videos, watch the videos with the Antichrist under my playlist. You will see that the beast is always a political system. We know that from Daniel. You can read Daniel 7, and you can see that Daniel described 4 beasts. And these 4 beasts will last to the end. And there is no gap in between those beasts. And if there are 4 beasts, there's 4 kingdoms compared to Daniel 2. To the end, until Jesus returns. So we need to think about what world political systems did we have since the time of Daniel. 4 of them, right? It can only be Babylon, Persia, Greek, and Rome. Rome continued to live through those 10 horns in Daniel 7. I don't even have to look it up. Please study it. Study it. That 4th beast that came out of the sea, there was no gap. It was the Roman Empire that turned into the Holy Roman Empire, which we still have today. Oh yeah, we don't call it Holy Roman Empire. We call it what? Europe. It turned into Europe after it was wounded. And when it was wounded, another empire stepped in. And we need to think about what empire stepped in. So in other words, there is a 5th empire that Daniel didn't see. He only see the 4 empires that went all the way to the return of Christ. I don't think he saw this, that one head of that last beast was wounded, and when it was wounded, some other beast, empire, stepped in. It's not hard to understand what empire stepped in. What empire actually kept the first or this 4th empire alive, protected it until it got back on its feet? And If we don't understand that, we get so confused. Then what happens is whoever is behind this whole thing, of course, Satan, finally, right? We will be sold his narrative. And his narrative is the narrative of dispensationalism. Of course, going all the way back to Francisco Ribera. This narrative that at the end, this Antichrist will come. There is no indication that there will be an end times ruler. However, if the man of sin or if Satan is planning this end times ruler, and it's not a political ruler, right? It's an end times, or it's not a religious ruler, it's a political ruler, right? This Antichrist. If you look at the definition not in the Bible, but the definition in dispensationalism, then they will at least try to bring it about. Anything they are saying, like in dispensational, which is absolutely not biblical, will come about. They will bring about, whether it's prophesied or not. If they want an end times ruler, political ruler, they will produce it. And of course, within the beast system, the beast out of the earth, which is a political system, right? Political empire. A political empire has different rulers, has different leaders, because it lasts for a while. Of course, you can have out of that an end times ruler. So if you look at that beast out of the earth, this false prophet in Revelation 13, and you think about, okay, what empire do we have today in this world that stepped in to rescue the beast out of the sea, which is Europe? Then we only have one empire, and that is the United States. And of course, we do not want to be calling the United States an empire. Why? Because an empire takes over. It has empirical tendencies. Empirical tendency is you want to spread out and become world empire, or world, you will want to have world dominion. And I talk about this all the time. And so, yeah, if you think about it, if that is the case, which is, I mean, please explain anything else to me. Don't explain to me like dispensationalism, because that's a lie. And okay, they can have their own imaginative system, which they can actually make come about. But nevertheless, who is going to be then the ruler, the political ruler of the world? Has to be in that empire, that last empire, not maybe Europe, but let's assume the United States, because that's what we have today. The United States is the empire today. So the world ruler, what dispensational calls the Antichrist, right? If you look at dispensational definition, is then the President of the United States. Okay? Think about that. There is no other person that could be world ruler. No, Putin cannot be world ruler because he is not the world empire. Neither is the Chinese person. China doesn't have a world empire. The world empire we have today is the United States. That means what the dispensationalists call Antichrist has to come out of the United States. Does that make sense? Now, I'm assuming things. I'm not saying that's the case, because when you go to the Bible, Antichrist is defined different anyways. But anyways, you got the United States as the beast out of the earth, or the false prophet. And that is the empire that we have today. And it is put there by Satan. It spoke like a dragon. In other words, like Satan. And that's what we have absolutely today. Okay, absolutely today. Yes, maybe the United States started out like a lamb, right? Horns, lamb. Read Revelation 13. I think it starts maybe with 11. But now it absolutely speaks like a dragon. Since the Second World War, or let's say the First World War, it absolutely speaks like the dragon. No doubt. Why? Because it's world empire. And since the Second World War, it created one war after another. Using this false, false hope, false pretense, to bring democracy to the world. And it's a false pretense. It's not true. It's not true. It brings destruction to the world. Absolute destruction. There is not one country where the United States started a war where we can say today, oh, it lives peacefully in a democracy. Not one. Really, not one. Israel claims to be the only democracy in the Middle East. And look what they're doing. Are they living in peace with their neighbors? No. But their democracy, that word democracy is used. It's only used to make people think that they're actually doing something good. But this is what we're having today. So if that's what we're having today, we have this beast. People, there is no option anymore for either party being any better. And that's exactly what we're having. We have really two parties that are used by the same person who is behind everything. We do not really have free elections anymore. We saw that in the last election. It was not a free election. The one before that probably wasn't a free election either. The one before that wasn't a free election. I remember the election between, Al Gore and Bush. That was a while back. It was not a free election. They cheated. Okay? They cheated. You just didn't hear the Republicans, the Democrats going nuts. It was cheating. They cheat every election. They have been cheating. And it's not only that they're cheating the elections, but before the elections, they only put people up there that the shadow government, and then people don't even know what shadow government is, right? People think, oh, the shadow government is the people that are behind the Democratic Party. Well, yeah. But it's also the same people that are behind the Republicans. And we don't even see them. Shadow government is not the Clintons or the Obamas or anything like that. No. They're puppets. Biden, no. Trump, no. The puppets, they're just puppets. And behind them are people that we don't even know. And some people say, oh, it's the lobbies, like the pharma and whoever, the big money or whatever. But people, that's not true either. If the beast system is established by Satan, Satan is behind it. Okay, we're saying, oh, he doesn't even exist. And yet Satan has existed as the fallen angels or the aliens for who knows how long. We know that at least since the 40s or even the 30s, I don't know, Roosevelt or whoever was the first one that really had contact with these aliens. And they did. Okay? Fallen angels. I had contact with them for a long time. And all they are is puppets. They're being moved, yes, through other people, like maybe the Jesuits, okay? The Babylon the Great. Of course, because she is further up in the hierarchy of power. But people, if that is the case, and I'm saying there is no free election, what are we doing as Christians? Really, do you really think you can affect anything? We can maybe affect something locally, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't get involved in our local government or in the local affairs. But federal or even state, what can we affect? Again, what do we have? I started out with the video how sick people are nowadays, right? How sick they are. And yeah, most of the people are sick. And all they're going to choose is sick people into power. But yeah, what can we do? And should we even get involved? And that's the question. Should we even get involved in this politics? I've listened to politicians and they say, well, you know what? As you go up further in this political ladder, you're either going to have to bow to the people behind the scene and go along with the nonsense, or you don't even make it. That's the way it is. You don't get very far. You don't even get very far in your local government. And again, people are distorted. They are sick. They're selfish, narcissistic. The government is made out of those people, and they do the same thing. They gaslight. And I hope you know what gaslighting is, but using manipulation and lies. And that's who any president that we're voting for is going to do. He's going to work, what I call deep state, which is far deeper than some of these people. They don't even know. I watch some people and, and they think they're truthers and they think they're open-minded. Yet they use this word, deep state, like they have no idea how deep the state is going. If anybody thinks that they're going to actually vote again this time, no, I don't think so. I have believed from the beginning that voting is nonsense. Okay, it's a waste of time. I believe we should refuse to vote to make sure that this elite knows that we're not fooled. Because that's what they're doing. They're fooling us. I mean, this whole hype right now with this new election coming up and, Trump. Yeah, they're not doing anything with Biden. How can anybody leave Biden in there and think they're going to win? They're not going to win with Biden. So what does that mean? Look, we're right now looking at Trump and possibility that Trump is going to make it. And people think, that's a great thing. Trump is going to be our savior and he's going to rescue us. And, he's going to do things different. Well, Trump hasn't done anything different last time. Why would he do anything different this time? Hasn't done anything different. So you want to celebrate him as this new Antichrist? Because that's exactly what he is. It's exactly what he is. He's an end times ruler. And if he is going to win, he could be actually the end times ruler, the Antichrist. Yeah, he could. Because again, see, they come up with this their own prophecy, right? Their own prophecy. And they fit everything in. They maneuver everything to fit everything that's happening in their scheme, in their scheme. And think about it. If there is a world ruler, an end times ruler, it is next president. Actually, it's also this president. I see Biden as Antichrist as well. Okay, if you use the definition, of course, of dispensationalism. Look it up. Look up the definition of Antichrist, which is easy to find on Wikipedia. It's not the definition of the Bible. You're going to have to do your own definition in the Bible. It's the definition of this end times ruler. And, Christians are screaming, Trump, Trump, Trump. Do you want really the Antichrist? You want to vote for the Antichrist? Do you want to vote for the Antichrist? Do you want to follow the Antichrist? And people say, oh no, he can't be the Antichrist because he's a Christian. We don't know that. We don't know. We're going by the definition. And mainly by what position he's going to have. That's right. Trump is Antichrist if he makes it into the election and if he makes it as president this time. It's very likely. DeSantis is already gone. He already supports Trump. He was probably the only one. Well, I shouldn't say that. DeSantis is, I don't know. I mean, he acted like he was different during the pandemic, but in reality, he's not any different at all. He's just your typical bald politician. And yeah, it's possible. It's possible that they want to appease the Republicans this time, since they, did all this nonsense with this insurrection, false insurrection. Maybe they want to appease the Republicans this time, and they're going to let Trump win again. And they're letting him. Why? Look at, they're going to manipulate everything so it will happen. And believe me, they put money into these elections. You don't have any money, any support, you can forget it. You're not getting anywhere. So lobby, you need money. And yeah, it looks like Trump is going to make it. And I feel sorry, or I think it's a disaster for the so-called Christians. But the so-called Christians, people, are already deceived. They're already deceived. So does it matter? It doesn't. I'm coming to an end. People just want you to wake up and consider if you are even going to vote. I know people say, well, if I don't vote, I have nothing to say. That is a lie. That is a gaslighting lie. Yeah, I'm going to use that word, gaslighting. It's a gaslighting lie. If there is not a candidate that I support, why should I vote? Should I vote for Mickey Mouse? Oh, I'm going to put Mickey Mouse on the ballot so I can vote. At least I'm voting. Somebody said, well, at least I'm not giving my vote for anybody else. You're not giving your vote to anybody else. That's how many people vote. That's how many votes. They are going to put the person in there that they want. Okay? Period. Whether you vote for it or not, they're going to put in there what they want. They always do that. They are so lying and cheating, and no matter what, whether it's the state or the federal, they are cheaters. They all are. All the way down to local level, they are cheaters. They have no interest in working for the people anymore. And we need to realize that there's nothing holding us in this world. Nothing whatsoever. This world is not, we are not of this world. We are not of this world. And this world is in the hands of Satan, and therefore we shouldn't vote. We shouldn't vote at all. Because all we are is deceived and fooled. Anyways, coming to an end. Enough is enough. Let the Holy Spirit guide you always.